Hey, Erica. Welcome back, Maya. So if it click off this time, y'all, we're gonna say good night, okay? No, I'm not sleeping. My back hurting a little bit, but I'm not sleeping yet. I dozed off the first. Oh my. Ooh, this coughing is giving me a headache. Erica, I know that was some good sleep, wasn't it? Welcome back, Joyce and Deborah. The Lord's talking. If you go out again and you best listen, you need rest. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Deborah. Oh, oh, yeah. I'm reading Erica's post. I'm only gonna be on for a few minutes, y'all, because it's after 11 o'clock. I don't have a curfew, but listen, maybe I shouldn't even talk to y'all about this, but my husband and I were walking in Sam's today. We were getting ready to go in Sam's. We were walking in the parking lot, and it just my mind went back to when we were dating. We were listening at a song in the car that was old. That you know, it kind of jogged memories for him, and he began to talk about it. So when we got out of the car and we were walking, it just hit me that I was like, oh my gosh, it's still me and him. It's still the two of us after all of these years. And I think about back in the day when we were teenagers and I used to be with him and we would be out and about. I was playing house. Hey, King of Nails. I was playing house. I was trying to play the role of a wife. We or a couple. We holding hands. We walking together. We in the store shopping together as husband and wife would. We go on picnics. And I felt like I don't know. I would ride in the front seat. You special when you ride in the front seat. You know, I had a boyfriend that had a car and he could pick me up and take me where I needed to go. And ooh, my hands hurt. Well, no, Corey. Ooh, who put this top on here? There we go. Good night, buddy. It's getting cold again here. And oh, Shell, I don't know. It just like it just hit me, and I just started to laugh. I just began to smile and started to laugh, thinking about that. And he, oh, what did he say today? He said something. Oh, he was like, I have loved. He said, I have loved you for so long, and he said, do you understand what that means when somebody say, do you understand how much I love you? Do you understand? And I'm the other person, and I don't know how to understand how much because I'm not him. I can only go by what he tell me. And it's so funny, y'all. I look at us and sometimes I still feel like a teenager. You know, I still feel like the same old me with him. And we have we have grown. We have sometimes I still feel the same, but I have changed in um some ways I haven't. Just it was just one of those moments I was like, oh my goodness. Just I can't explain it, but if it is God's will, we shall live and not die. Okay, I know one day we're gonna be with our Father. Okay, Father God in heaven. Okay, but February the 20th will be 21 years that we have been married. 21 years, and this year makes 31 years we have been together. I know y'all have heard me say that a lot, but it just sometimes when I think about it, that we have been together all my adult life. I mean, seriously, from the time I was 15, and here I am, 46 years old. And that's a long time. 31 years. It has not been easy. I have not been the easiest person to live with. He has not been the easiest person to live with. Um, and we are just at a place we're not where God need us to be. But to see him with how he is with me sometimes, that makes me smile because it's what I always wanted. You know, you have those rocky places in your relationship, and you just wonder when is it gonna get better. You know, what did I do to deserve it? What did I do wrong? What did I not see? Was I so gullible? Was I so lonely that I just wanted to just stay in something, just to be in something? Or was it that I had high expectations for something that were not realistic? And sometimes I used to ask myself, Teresa, why did you stay? And I can say I prayed a many days for the Lord to show me the way out. And I never got the answer, or I wasn't listening. It was one or the other. And so I stayed. And that was during the extra hard times when I felt like I couldn't go anymore. And it wasn't until years and years later that I realized that faith without works is dead, that I have to use my faith. I have to step out on faith. And I realized what that meant. That if I wanted something to be done, I had to have the faith enough to do it, knowing that God is going to work it out once I do my part. So my faith in my husband, my faith, I didn't even put faith on it. It just was just in me that it would work out. You know, that I felt like this was what I had to do. I don't know if anybody has ever had that feeling of this was my destiny. You know, this is just the road that I have to travel. You know, this was the road that I have to travel. And that's how it was with me. And I just didn't know any other road to take, even in my life period. When I was making $8 an hour with 3.5 children, you know, with one car, both of us working, and didn't have some things, didn't have a home phone, didn't have gas at one point, didn't have running hot water, because everything was ran by gas. But I just knew, what else could I do but just keep going? And Galen was there. He could have looked at me any day and said that I was not good enough, or he could have made a decision any day to just let it go because he wanted more. He could have looked at me and said that I was just a baby maker machine with no ambition but to just do menial jobs, and he could have wanted something and someone better. He could have said a lot of things, but no matter what we went through, I never looked at him as a money pit. I never looked at him as though I got to have this man in my life to pay my bills. I didn't look at him like that. It's like if something happened to where things were going bad on his job, I don't care how many days he made me mad, y'all. I don't care how many days he made me angry. I could not be mean to him. I remember, I don't even remember but I remember at one point he lost his job. And all I could say was, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There have been many situations that came about to where I had the opportunity to lift him up or to tear him down. And no matter how mad I was or how hurt, or the many times I could have sat and thought about the things he might have did or things that he might have said to me that hurt my feelings, or how he might have treated me, I could not do dirt for dirt. I couldn't do dirt for dirt. But I felt like I had to step up and say, baby, it's going to be okay. I have found myself in our relationship at times not knowing what to say, feeling numb, just like, I don't know. I ain't seeing that, just not being able to say anything. And to get to a place today Corey, to get to a place today, we were out and about, and he just looked over at me and he said, "Do you realize how much I love you?" And I could just look at him and smile. And he said, "That's why I do the things that I do for you, because you stayed with me. No matter what, you stayed with me." That's why he said, not that I don't think that you deserve it, because you do deserve it. But I try my best. I try to do what I can. I want to spoil you because you stayed with me. You did not let go. And I can say the same for him. I have changed in some areas. I don't I don't cater to Galen the way I used to. And I can say that part has changed about me. I still put his clothes away sometimes. But there was a time when I did it all. I ironed his shirts, I ironed his pants, I washed his clothes, I folded his clothes, and I folded them a certain way. I tucked his socks in his drawer a certain type of way. It was so much stuff that I did for years. I'm still able to do them, but I don't do them like I used to. We had that conversation last night, and I was like, um, you know, he was like saying for me to show him that I love him, show him affection and this, that, and the other. And I said, we talked about intimacy. Hey, Ash. We talked about intimacy, and intimacy is not sex, not penetration. So we had this conversation. I said, we do have intimacy. I said the times when we're out and about and we ride in the car and we talk to each other. We sit up at night and we watch movies. We cook together. When the kids are not here, we clean together. Even when we grocery shop together. When we talk to each other about things that might have hurt us, or people that might have hurt us, or how we felt bad about something, you know, that's intimacy. It's not about having sex. So being able to be intimate with somebody like that and connect with them, and you feel fulfilled just by a conversation, is a blessing. And I'm not the best wife on planet Earth. Um, he's not the best husband, but no matter how much, or how do I say it, no matter how many bad days we have, he still try to do good. He do. He still try to do good. And when I say that, meaning he always try to make me smile. He always try to boost my confidence. He always try to um, do what he can. Now, some days I get used to that, and then he be like, he ain't feeling it. But I just sat today, just the last 2 days, and just had that moment. Just had that moment. It's coming up on 21 years, and he was like, he had something planned for us, and I'm like, well, he was like, what do you want to do? I said, it don't matter to me. Um, I've never been that girl that, you got to buy me flowers and candy and all that stuff on Valentine's Day. Um, I've never been that, because I don't know. I guess for years he was the only one in my life, and I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like anybody saw me like that. Even though he was in my life, I still did not feel like I was precious enough to somebody for them to do stuff like that for me. So over the years, I just was like, for what? I didn't know how to receive it. And I'm still trying to get to the point where I receive help from people, the kind gestures from people, even my husband, um, within the last couple of years, I had the same $200 ring set, and I was proud of it. And I'm still proud of it. And I wear it on my right hand, whether it's the right hand or not. And when he bought me that ring, to me, it was like wearing a 10-carat diamond ring on my finger, because I don't care how much he paid for it. It's something that he sacrificed to do for me. And it was what I wanted. It was the exact thing I picked out. I didn't have to pick out the most lavish ring in the store, but it was what I wanted. Simple. It could have been made out of wood. If it's what I wanted, it's what I wanted. And I haven't been, you know, I don't know. It's just a lot of days of reflection. And here we are. It is February the 8th, and we have several more days before our anniversary. And I find myself, don't know what to do. Um, don't know what to do. Like I said, we'll wait till that day comes. Hey, Vita, we'll wait till that day comes. I had what I say, a lot of bad days, y'all, because, I was one to hold on to thoughts. I was one to hold on to negative words, and they penetrated me, my spirit, down to my flesh, down to my bone. And each time, it just made me hang my head even a little bit lower, you know, to where it's like being a 2 foot tall person in a room full of 9 feet people. Everybody in there is that tall except you, and you down around other people's ankles. And the only way to get them to see you is to either hit them, bite them, do something to draw attention to yourself down below. And that was not me, to draw attention to myself down below. So I cowered down. I walked with my head hung low. I stayed in the background as much as possible. you know, but I still treated people with kindness. I can remember when people started to see me, it was a difference. I didn't know what it was talking about. When I say people started to see me, when I heard somebody say something good about me behind my back. Do you get what I'm saying? When you hear somebody ask for you, when you hear somebody call for you instead of somebody else, when you hear somebody say that's who you need, when your phone ring and it's from somebody that has never called you before and be like, well, I was told you're the person I come to. Those moments stick out to me, and it touched me in a way that it helped me to lift my head just a little bit higher. That I don't have to showboat. I don't have to do all of this stuff to make people see me because God sees me. I am so glad, and I don't know if he's watching. I think he's giving Corey a treatment, that my husband see me, because I did. For a long time, I felt like he didn't see me. And when I say see me, I mean realize what I mean to him, realize who I am, realize why I'm here, realize that I'm here for the long haul, that I'm more than just somebody to have sex with and cook your meals and push out your babies. You get what I'm saying? I am glad that he see me. I'm glad that I can remember working in the heart of downtown, and you know, when you're one of those workers that, what they call them, blue collar, you sweep and you mop floors, you're the behind the scenes kind of person. And when you have people that come that are always welcomed in the front door, you're welcome in the front door, come in, people stand and hold the door open for them, and good morning, Mr. So and so, can I take your coat and hat, can I do this, can I get you some coffee? When you got those kind of people, you know that come in and they ask for you and you don't even know who they are. You get what I mean? When people come and ask for you, and I remember, and I've said this before, and I know the majority of y'all may have heard me say it, but to be at a table in a boardroom, at a 20-foot long table full of people that don't look like me, some familiar faces I've seen, and I'm looking around smiling at everybody, don't really know what's going on. And I'm like, why are they in here? These are people that I saw every day. And I'm going to say this. When I did, I'm going to let y'all know why I say this. These are people that I saw every day and interacted with every single day for over 10 years and didn't have a clue as to who they were. I sat to that board table, and we had a new pastor of the church, and he wanted to interview all of the staff members that were there. And one of the things he asked some of the people that looked like him was, why is the majority of the staff Black? And one of the ladies told him, say, because the white ones don't want to work. They don't want to do this, what we do. And so that was in my head. And so sitting at that table, he looked at me and introduced himself as the new pastor of the church and wanted to know for me to tell, can you introduce yourself, is what he said. Can you tell us about you? And I began to open my mouth. Hey, Mary, I began to open my mouth. And I said a few words, and then I was cut off. Hey, Priceless, I was cut off. And one of the people that I see all the time, she just began to just say whatever she wanted to say. And I'm sitting there like, and I can remember looking over to the left in the far corner was somebody familiar to me, peeping around the corner like this in the doorway. And this woman sitting next to me began to open up her mouth and say, from the first day that she's been here, she has been this way. Oh, because he asked me, he was like, do you smile all the time like that? And I had the biggest smile on my face, and because I smile sometimes when I'm nervous, because I'm seeing all of these familiar faces. And I'm like, hey, y'all, and me being goofy, immature me, don't know what's going on. Do you smile like that all the time? And before I could say something, the other lady was like, yes, she do. And that's how she greets you every morning, with that big, beautiful smile, with kind words, with love in her voice and in her heart. That's how she greets you every day. And they just begin to go around the table. All of these people that don't look like me, that I interact with on a daily basis, thinking that they were just parents bringing their children to daycare. But little did I know, they were the wives of Supreme Court justices. They were the wives of these multi-million dollar companies. They were the grandmothers of people in high places and owners of big businesses that I didn't know. Owners of old money, meaning their grandparents or great grandparents were the owners of slaves. They owned plantations. They got that kind of old money. I mean, seriously. And it's not about the money, but just like you don't know who you're interacting with until I didn't find this out. Even in the meeting, I didn't find it out until after the meeting. And I was like, well, why was Miss So-and-so in there? This one lady used to come and sit in my classroom every once a week, and she would read stories to the kids. And when I tell you she had on diamonds could choke a bull, do you hear me? She had on her big church hat. She had this silver white hair. She had this pretty pale white skin, always wore her red lipstick. She would have on pink, peach, whatever color, cream, a whole church suit like she's going to a funeral, to come in the classroom with her little clutch purse or her purse with her diamond strap, come in there to sit in the floor, and or she would sit on the chair and read a story to the kids in my class. And the other classrooms didn't want her to come in because she would come in and stay too long. But I would let her come in and sit down. And I promise she used to give the best hug. She had the softest skin. And she smelled so, so good. That perfume that I love, it doesn't smell like what she used to wear, but it just reminds me of her. Y'all know it's a perfume that's like smell like money. You know what I mean? She just every day and had had a hair, that bouffant hairdo, child, every day. She was sitting at the end of the board table. And I had no idea that her husband was a judge, a head judge here. And that, I mean, all of these people were on the board of this church. They the reasons why this church was there. And when I tell you the church owned blocks and blocks of property, and me, I didn't know. I just was being me. And I'm saying all of this, y'all, because I'm in reflection mode. And here I am all of these years later, and I found a word that I can say. I can look back over my life, be intentional. To be intentional. I don't care how many days. Galen and I could have had an argument on my way to work, but I would go in, I would pick up my face, I would put on my smile, I would stand to that half door and welcome the people when they're coming down the hallway. Good morning. You know, not being fake, but it gave me an opportunity to let the God in me shine. That's what I'm going to call it. To be intentional, to show love to somebody else, to be intentional. I have done so many things in my life, y'all, and didn't know it had a name to it. Because like I said, I was just going through it was the road I had to travel. It was the road I had to travel. When I went to school to be a preschool teacher, I was just doing it. It was me. I was just doing what I felt. I was doing what I knew. And I couldn't understand what they meant when they put a name on it. Because I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You know, it was hard for me to put two and two together because I didn't know it had a name. I just knew this was me. And I remember my teacher at the college. She said, I want to stop by for a moment, because she used to have to, it was part of my class, the observation. In order for me to get my, for me to pass my class, you had to do observations in each module. And so she would come in and do observations, meaning she had to see me doing exactly what we were talking about. And I never forget, she brought the head of the college of that, the head of that college to my little place of work, of employment. And it was just 3 employees, little old me, that did everything. We didn't have the die cut machines. We didn't have Cricuts. We didn't have printers like, big. We didn't have big rolls and rolls of art paper and all of this stuff. We didn't have the budgets to where we could go to the school supply house and just buy whatever we wanted, the stuff already pre-cut. We had to draw it out, or either we printed it out on off the laptop and we made copies, and then we cut it with construction paper, and then we decorated it ourselves. All of this stuff, just putting creativity out into the world. When she walked in, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know who the lady was. When she told me what that woman's name was, I was like, and you came to see me, And I'm saying all of this not to brag about myself, y'all, but to just reflect back at these pivotal moments in my life, and I had no idea that I was doing anything other than what I just knew to do. I was being intentional, and I can see now that even little old me that I felt like nobody saw, God saw me. He saw me. It wasn't an act. It wasn't to get money out of nobody, because there was nothing like that changing hands, but just helping lives, helping people. Okay? Helping people, being kind. The one thing I wanted was for those parents to leave that church school and know that their children were cared for. That I know you having to go to this office and you're going to have a whole lot on your plate. And the one thing that I did not want them to have to worry about was their child. When they were in my presence, they belonged to me. I fed them every day. I literally sat down. I had 15 kids in my class. If I had 5 of them that didn't want to eat, I would spoon feed all 5. I make them sit beside each other, and I will go from child to child. Make sure they eat. You're going to drink your milk. You're going to drink your water. If you eat this, then you can get some of that. That's just me. They were in my care. If y'all know little white kids, they can easily get stuff stuck in their hair. They got their hair washed every day if needed be. And I had blow dryers. I had curling irons. I had hair barrettes. I had hair lotion, pink oil moisturizer. Yes, I put whatever I put in my head, I put in their heads. I did. I lotioned them down every day. If they only had 2 outfits and they had an accident and they had to put on one, the other one went to the washing machine. Took it upstairs, washed it and dried it, and put it back on them. Or put it back in their bag for the next day. Sippy cups got steam washed and replaced. And that's just being intentional, y'all. Giving 110% of who you are, no matter what. I knew that people didn't send it to my classroom every day, and I got 15 hugs and kisses all day long. All day long. The little itty bitty people that really matter. The little itty bitty ones that can't talk for themselves. I got hugs. I got them to where they would hang around my leg. They want to let go. I had them to where they wouldn't go to sleep unless they lay across my lap. They wouldn't go to sleep unless I rocked them. They wouldn't go to sleep unless I had my hands on them. That's a blessing, y'all, because children know when somebody's not right. Being intentional about caring more about somebody else other than yourself. Other than yourself. I don't care how much you get hurt. I don't care. I have been hurt. And I probably have hurt people. And I know I have. Ain't no problem. I have hurt people. But when you can turn that thing around and you can be intentional. I don't care where you go. Somebody needs a hand getting something off the shelf and you able to do it. Don't walk past like you don't see them. I have found that people that don't look like me, I have to ask first. Would you like some help? Because I don't need nobody screaming and hollering about she trying to attack me. And if she say, oh no, baby, I got it. Okay, well, thank you. You have a good day. And I walk on about my business. But being intentional, y'all. I know some of you may be in relationships and you're wanting your relationship to improve. You're wanting things to get better. Hey, Shanika. You're wanting things to be different. I know that it takes two. But I remember, and I can't tell you who told me, but I remember say, don't worry about how somebody is treating you. You be concerned with how you treating them. And that's what you focus on. You focus on loving them, whether they love you or not. You focus on being kind to them, whether they be kind to you or not. Somebody talk about you, they talk about you. Don't you talk about them. Don't do what they do. Don't have too much to say about people's lives because you don't know which way you're going to have to go. When you be intentional, be intentional. Stop right now where you are. Stop right now and think back over your life when you have done the opposite of what was done to you. When you let the love of God just show and you have helped so many people, meaning people have come back and said, do you remember when you helped me do this? Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Or you could think about how just you being you and somebody point you out in a good way. Somebody show up and bless you in a way that you didn't know you were going to be blessed. Somebody recognized you. It all started with a conversation that I had with my husband today, with Galen. My teenage, he was my teenage crush. My teenage crush. He was. He was also my biggest headache. Because what y'all don't know is I liked him at first, then we didn't like each other. Then we liked each other again. It was crazy. I was stubborn and his ego was so big, it was bigger than he was. He was not gonna let me intimidate him. And I was as green as grass on Green Acres. I'm so serious. But I don't know. I guess with everybody, something happens to you in life. And something happens to you in life. I'm trans. Really? Oh my goodness, Carbo. Are you serious? Do you know that years ago, my 20-year class reunion, one of my classmates, we hooked up on Facebook and we would chat. And his name was John. I used to have a crush on John when I was in middle school, and but I always knew I wasn't quite sure whether he was, like men or like women, but I never told him. I don't know why. I just kind of liked it. Kind of, you know, I did, but never wanted to sleep with him or nothing, but just was kind of sweet on him. You know what I mean? Like somebody you just want to love on. You just want to have in your corner, like a brother, I guess. He told me the same thing. We had chatted. I don't even know how we got on the subject. Um, and he told me, I think he had been seeing my Facebook post, and he was like, "Risa, you need to write a book." And he said, "Don't worry about the punctuations. Don't worry about all of that stuff. You write it, and I'll edit it." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah." And so our 20-year class reunion came. We met. We all hung out together. We danced. And he died not long after that. He did. His kidneys gave out on him. And that thing, I don't know. That's when I really, really started having irregular heartbeats after that. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it was. I couldn't stand my husband. At 25, I was 26 years together and 12 years married. Oh my goodness. I know, look at the end result. Galen and I used to do that at him out the bus window because he used to walk home. This was in middle school. And he said he used to try to catch me in the mornings, but I used to walk so fast that he couldn't catch me. And we just never connected in middle school, which was a good thing. And then the summer of me going to high school, one of my good friends, he was over to my good friend's house, and he showed Gayla my picture, and he was like, "Man, that's the girl that used to holler at me out the window," you know. And of course, he got on the phone and said a few choice things, and I said a few choice things, and he didn't like me after that. I was like, well, it is what it is. And when school started, he didn't come the first week of school, but that next week, I was passing through the cafeteria, going to gym, and I happened to look to the left, standing up against the building because we were able to hang out during lunch. You can eat in the cafeteria or outside on the breezeway and things like that. And he was standing up with his little friends, all posted up against the wall. And I looked at him and I was smiling. Oh my goodness, he had on this Guess jean jumper. He had on his Louis Vuitton hat and his sneakers to match. And I told my friend that introduced us, so to speak. I said, "You tell him I'm gonna get that." Now, where that come from, y'all, I don't know, because that was not me. I was shy. I didn't talk to boys like that. I mean, like I was shy. I was like, but I said it, and he told him. At first, he was like, I don't want to talk to her. What she want with me?" And then when I walked out with the blue jeans on, that was it. He walked around and looked me up and down and was like, "Hey, I want you to be my girlfriend, child." You could see every tooth in my head. You could see all up in my gums. You could probably even see down my throat. I was smiling so hard. And back then, my self-esteem was in the pits. So to even have somebody else notice me and say that they wanted me as a girlfriend was an all-time high for me in high school. Okay, because back then dudes didn't want to do nothing but get in your drawers and then tell somebody what they did. And yeah, I Wasn't scared. I was nervous, but I wasn't scared. I didn't have his phone number. He didn't have my phone number. We just saw each other in school. And he did know where I lived, but he didn't come by until the Fat Boys came. Me and my brother and my friend Keena, we all went to the Fat Boys concert. We standing on the floor, concert floor, thousands of people, lights were out. And just like I'm looking at this camera, I was looking at the stage, and I guess God say, turn around. And I literally turned around and looked over my left shoulder, and whose face did I look right into? All those thousands of people, y'all, I promise you. It was like the Lord moved everybody out of the way because it was this big open space just right behind me. It was like everybody was over there and around. On this side, it was people everywhere. But from my shoulder on around to about maybe 10 feet, there was nobody standing there. And I'm like, the floor was empty. And there he was. And he happened to turn around and look over his right shoulder. And I looked over my right shoulder. And we looked right in each other's face. But he was with another girl. So I got upset. And I walked off. I was going to go have a seat in the balcony, finish watching the concert. He left her standing in the middle of the floor, and he came behind me. I was like, there's nothing to talk about. You could at least told me. You know, you could have told me you had a girlfriend. He had an explanation. I'm like, hey, sweat. You ain't got to do it like that. Shoot. You know what I mean? So he kept talking. And lo and behold, did he not reach out and grab my hand? That was it. I don't know, y'all. He reached out and grabbed my hand. And I just felt all kind of stuff go through me. That's why I tell my kids, don't put yourself in no position where you can't say no. I already know what it feel like. I was tingling all over like the 4th of July. Do you hear me? Ooh. And he smells so good. Fresh haircut. It's ugly. Mm. I share to let me know, find out. Galen always did dress. I don't mean like GQ. I mean like jeans, t-shirts. He had on a new pair of sneakers every week he came to school. He was just a boy. You told us that story before. I remember. It's the shy ones. We ended up staying in the bleachers all night, the whole concert, kissing. Come on, Kiki, the butterflies. Butterflies, honey. Take me away. I don't see how you can be insecure. You all want to be. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. No, we didn't go to the prom together. Galen was in prison. He was in jail when I went to the prom. When I went to the prom, Galen was locked up. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Come on, Deborah, a good smelling man. But he called that night and talked to me. It was me and my best friend Keena and two of my other girlfriends. We went to the prom together, all dressed in blue. I guess that's why I don't know. I guess maybe blue has been my signature color. I don't know. But it was a royal blue dress. And those of you that are my Facebook and Instagram friends, y'all may have seen me with my asymmetrical haircut and my dress off the shoulder with my fishtail, my black satin shoes with the diamonds on the top. Come on. Couldn't tell me I wasn't fly. Couldn't tell me I was not fly. But and to think about it, two pivotal moments. Those are two pivotal moments. Prom night and my graduation. He was locked up. My graduation too. Um, yeah, he was he wasn't there. And but the one day he did show up was the day we got married. We didn't get married in a church or anything. We got married at the courthouse. We never had a reception. It was just me and him. We didn't have a wedding party, nobody there. The person that married us was our witness. It was just me and him and that witness. So we never did have that type of wedding. And hello, hello, hello. Elberfield, how you doing? Thank you. It's just stop. I don't know who's in here that's in a relationship right now, and it might be kind of rocky. You know, you might not be where you want to be in that relationship. It may not be the way that you think it should be. But if you can stop and think about how you felt when you met that person and some of the good times that you had, and whether you, if right now you could not say you were sorry, how would you feel? Just think about if you would be okay with that person not being in your life come first thing tomorrow morning, whether you left him or not. How would you feel? Do you want that person in your life? Do you want it to work? It's never too late for a recession. Oh wow. I don't know. I don't know. A vow. I can't get it out. To renew our vows. Vows. Um, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just at that stage. It takes money, and I'm getting more and more to the stage of wanting to save money. You know, even though I don't have any money, I'm getting to the point to where certain things just don't matter to me anymore. I used to want to wear my wedding dress, and I had planned a wedding. My children were gonna be all in the wedding, and we picked out our the angels watching over me. Oh, I remember that song. That song, we were gonna dance. We were gonna do our first dance to that song, and our children were gonna dance around us. Um, O'Brien was gonna be my walk-in wedding song, and "Make It Last Forever" was another song because that's the one song that seemed like it. One of the songs that played every time we got in the car together. "Make It Last Forever." I know a wedding vow with Corey and Gary and welcome. I know, right? It just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't have the desire to do it anymore. I used to. Yeah, I have a video trying on dresses. Um, I know we have one for Ashley's wedding. Um, I think for God knows I love him. Okay. Favor is something better than money. That's right, Shell. You you are so right. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But I want to find something that I can do for him for either his birthday or for our anniversary. Because his birthday is in March and our anniversary. But I just have to let the days come, you know. Just have to let the days come. He did. I could hear it this morning when he was saying it. I could hear it in his voice, and um, not that I haven't heard it any other time, but I could hear it when he said it to me this morning. It's a difference. Girl, ain't nobody. I'm not gonna, Chrissy. I love you, but no, ma'am. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no, ma'am. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Chrissy, you didn't go to timeout. Mm-hmm. You know good and well. You and Miss Pumpkin both. I'm gonna put both of y'all in a headlock. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. I'm not gonna even utter the words. I'm just gonna say, mm-mm. Okay, Mary. No, no. Now, see, we supposed to be friends. You ain't supposed to do me like that. No, you're not. You're not supposed to do me like that. That looks terrible. The bottom of my frame broke, and I hung it up there anyway. I'm about to find me another picture because I see that plain as day. That's gonna have to come from up there. Mm. Good night, Maya. Thank you for joining us. Can't do it. Mm-mm. Put him on a plane blindfold. Child, look at him. Do y'all see all this gray hair? Look at that. All this gray hair. Look at that. Child, hush your face and keep on talking. We celebrate love every day. I gotta work at it. I gotta work at it. I do. I'm listening, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just came on. How you? Hey, now Lotus, doing pretty good. I'm graying too in the front of my head, child. If I part my hair right now, every time I part it, it's more and more gray hair. Yep, more and more. Uh-oh. That oil is coming through. Don't get don't get discouraged in your walk, you guys. Just keep pushing and keep trying your best. Chris and Miss Punkin over here trying to get me hemmed up. Mm, I'm just not gonna believe that one right there. Oh my! I know all things are possible with God, but Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness! The weather in Jacksonville, it was 80 something degrees today. Hey, Gayla. I'm all for it. What'd you say? Better you than me, girl? No, ma'am. Mm-mm. He in the comment section. If he didn't hang up yet, tell my just the man you need to talk to. You ain't got to talk to Galen about nothing because I ain't. We ain't gonna do that one. He gonna tell you himself. No, talking about have another baby. You even blush when you say, I can't help it, sis. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. Isn't that strange? You might be like got off of there. I got to pull my face together. Yeah, we do flirt. Y'all, he makes me laugh. So he be saying stuff. I be like, oh my gosh, where I get you from? He is a trip. Yeah, we try. My fire go out sometimes. It do. It'll be like you ain't hot. You cold as ice. What's wrong with you? Thank you. But honey child, they get to changing and things, okay? I don't know why my phone keep dying. Turn it on, Nicole. Okay. Whew. I be like, where is the juice, man? Where's the juice? I need some juice. Where's the juice? But I think that was my cue to get off. And we're gonna have to start coming with some more questions for these Friday night chats, y'all. Friday night check-ins. But tonight I was testing out. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Just be inspired to be patient, baby. You know, good things come to those who wait. And I say that because not just to quote something, but the more you wait on the Lord, the better things will be. You get clarity about what you want and what's important and what's not important when you wait on the Lord. I'm telling you, because we think sometimes that um, You can get into a relationship without having good understanding of how life will change. That's what I desire. I know relationships aren't perfect, but I want happiness. Well, you know what? Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like I have said this before. Galen got upset with me because you have to keep waiting on him, Prince. He don't come in your time, but he's always on time. Good night, Patricia. Thank you for joining us. Um, when it comes to happiness, you don't want to be um, you don't want to be in a relationship where you're miserable. But you got to make up in your mind that you're gonna be happy. You got to make up in your mind that you're gonna be happy. If happiness means letting go of something that caused you to cry all the time and never give you any joy at all, then it's time to go. But if you can see yourself, if you can't see yourself living without that person, or you find yourself thinking more about that person and wanting to do more for that person more than you do yourself, stop and think about whether you should leave or stay. Y'all young, you gotta just you gotta keep trying. You gotta trust God, I'm telling you. You gotta know that sometimes in our flesh, we'll want things to be one way and it's not gonna be that way. There's no such thing as a perfect man. The only one that's perfect is Jesus Christ, seriously. And we're always changing. And so the person for you has to be made. You have to be made for the person that you're going to be with. That means you got to be pliable. You got to be ready for God to mold you. You got to give and take away, cut away, add to, pour in, remove, squeeze, tug, build up, cut down, stomp, push. You got to be ready to go through all of that. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right, Mary? You got to be ready. And you got to be um, just like men. See, a lot of times women don't want men to be vulnerable. There comes a time in a man's life when his emotions get the best of him, meaning he has sad days. Men can get depressed. Men can have mood swings. Men can have days of where they need it, where they just need. Then you have days where they be standoffish. Then you have days where they on okay, they on one accord with you. They're attentive in all kinds of ways. Then you have days where they iffy, just like us. Come on. PMS, pre-male syndrome. Okay. Okay. Just like us. So just like the same way every day we wake up, God grants us new mercies, the same for them. And so every day is a new day for the two of you. For the two of you, because you don't know what that day gonna hold. You don't know how it's gonna make him feel. You don't know what he's gonna encounter when he leave the house. You don't know what his thoughts are. You don't know where he hurts. You don't know what insecurity might rise up, what moment of discouragement might happen. You don't know. 1,000 different things can occur in one day. And being a man, if he was not taught the right way, he's gonna hold it or he's gonna react in the wrong way. In a long-term relationship, you have to have endurance because you will endure some things. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I didn't say yes, sir. I said yes, sir. Yes. Yes, yes, Mary. Yes. Yes. But you gotta love them anyway. You gotta love them in spite of. And that's where that sometimes your mouth closed mouth. And I don't mean to say it like this, but maybe I do. Sometimes a closed mouth and open legs work in a marriage. Sometimes a closed mouth and open legs work in a marriage. For real. Did I say that? I said in a marriage. Marriage. Folks gonna do what they want to do. But I said in a marriage. Okay. A closed mouth. Uh-huh. That's right. You got to get in tune with each other's moods. You got to know when to, as they used to say, know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Okay? Oh my gosh. That's my problem mouth. It's hard to speak. I'm trying though. That's all you can do is try. That's all you can do is try. Okay, Mary. hmm So y'all be encouraged. This weekend you have the opportunity to um, look at your situation and keep trying. Okay? Just keep trying. Do what you can, and whatever you can't, let go. Let God have it. All right. I love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. This part of the broadcast I may delete. I don't know. I got in my feelings in the beginning. I don't regret it, but some people may not want to hear that. I was in reflection mode, y'all. I don't regret it because it's good to reminisce. It's good to think about um, the person that you love and how you got where you are, and because sometimes we can get cold and we can get stale, and you don't want that to happen. You want to continue to keep them on your heart to where you think about them and you want the best for them. And we got to know God got us. God got us. He said no weapons formed against us shall prosper. That includes the person you sleep with. That includes you too. So don't be the one he got to work on. Don't be the one he got to chastise. Good night, Cynthia. Love you, my Kendra. I didn't know you were still in here. Love you too, Sissy. I Miss Parkin. Miss Parkin. Miss Parkin. No ma'am. I'm gonna throw some holy water on you. I will rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Good night, now, Lotus. Mm-mm. 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 Good night, sweet Kendra. Tell my brother I said hello. Girl, we gonna get that out of your head right now. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We going even crossways. No, ma'am. Good night, Wanda. You do the same, Sweet Pea. All right, guys. Bye, guys.